Real talk. Why do junk removal companies fail in the beginning? Okay. Hey, happy Saturday. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I figure why not do a junk removal video? It's been a while, but let's get into it. Why do junk removal companies fail in the beginning, right? First of all, I'm going to give you 5, but there's so many more. If you're a brand new junk removal company or you're in the beginning of your company within the first couple of years, you should not be out there trying to compete with the big guys like the franchises and the companies that you see here on YouTube, where they're so far ahead of the game than we are. You know, when we first starting out our junk removal companies, here's 5 things that you need to watch for and that you need to keep track of as you're going through your company. And maybe this will help you. Comment below if it does. Underpricing jobs, right? You don't need to be the cheapest. And by being the cheapest, you're going to end up cutting your costs, cutting your profit. So look, trying to win every job by being the cheapest is a fast way to burn out. Things you got to keep in mind are your dump fees, your fuel, your labor, insurance, okay, vehicle maintenance. All these things add up really, really quick. And you got to make sure that you're taking that into account. If your prices don't cover true cost and the profit, you're working for free, right? And if you see me looking down, it's because I made notes. But yeah, just make sure that your prices are covering, you know, your cost and profit. So what am I going to make if I do this job and I price the job at, I don't know, $400, but then you got fuel, dump fees, you got to factor in your maintenance, you got to factor in the dump fees. After everything, where are you going to be at after the $400 job, right? That's what we need to take into account. Are you going to make any money? Or are you just out there, you know, doing whatever for free? Listen, in the beginning, you've done a cost analysis, I hope, but you cannot price yourself. You don't have the staying power that other companies have had for, 5 to 10 years. You don't have the cash flow of the big guys. So don't go cheap, but you don't have to be the most expensive. All right. By being cheap, what that really does is it dilutes all the other junk removal companies in your area. You do not want to be out there $50 for a truckload, or do your research, find out what is a price that you can live with. You know, in the beginning, you're going to have to work your ass off. You're going to have to be out there marketing and pretending like you're the mayor of your hometown there, wherever you are set up in your business. So just understand the pricing of jobs, right? And I see a lot of it on social media. They'll show a picture and be like, hey, how much should I charge? We can't answer that. We're not in your town. We're not in, your dumps, your landfills. We don't know the cost. Find out what the cost is to you and then make sure that you're making money. And you know what? This is if you're in the beginning, but honestly, I've been at this for 4 years now, and I have to remind myself on jobs, doing estimates, like, yeah, I want to help this person out, but I don't want to do it for free. I need to make a couple dollars after all the expenses are paid. 2 would be understanding cash flow. Hey, did I tell you this is Matt with Ranked Up with Matt? And I also own Anchors Away Junk Removal and Hauling, which is what my channel used to be called. But now you know, right? And knowing is half the battle. So understanding cash flow, right? Dump fees today, fuel tomorrow, truck repair next week. Companies fail when they look at the bank balance instead of cash flow and timing, right? So I can tell you from experience, in my first year, didn't really understand cash flow. And I've run businesses for other people, and I've done a really good job for other people. but understanding my own personal cash flow, um, I wasn't really putting money away for truck maintenance. And I have a diesel dump truck, which you've probably seen here on social media and YouTube and, whatever, pictures that I post on TikTok. But, the first time my truck went down, it cost me about $8,000, and I didn't really understand what to do from there. I was kind of lost, but we figured it out and we're still trucking to this day. So that's number 2, is understanding your cash flow. Number 3 would be poor dump fee management, right? Before you ever do a job, do your research, go to all the landfills, make sure you understand what the fee is, what can you take there, what, the prices are if it's different for different materials, how can you sort loads. But it's really, really simple. We could break this down Barney style, right? Before you ever do a job, go to your landfills. They'll give you a pricing sheet. They're going to tell you everything they take and everything they don't take. But then you want to make sure you find places where you can recycle that are maybe cheaper. And I'll give you some examples. Here in the local area of Virginia Beach and in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, we have DAV thrift stores. We have CHKD thrift stores. I have built a relationship with the store management where I can go and drop things off. I know what they take. I know if it's a couch, no stains, no soiledness, no, cat hair, dog hair, you want it to look presentable. But if that's something I could get off my vehicle before I go to the dump to save time and money, I'm going to do that, right? So build relationships where you can recycle. And then if you collect a lot of metal, this is kind of like a side hustle to your junk removal company, is recycling your metals. Find out what the prices are. Now, I can tell you the price of metals, it varies month to month, and you just have to keep up with it. But find where you can do metal recycling, and that way you're keeping things out of the landfill that don't need to be in the landfill, if you understand what I'm saying. All right. 4, right? 4, customer service that is terrible or bad customer service, okay? Late arriving, no-shows, sloppy service. This is exactly what I do, and I've been doing it since day one, and I can tell you 100% this works for me. And I hope something that I'm telling you would work for you, where you're at, where you're operating, and when you're running your business. I schedule an appointment, okay? First of all, you get the phone call, and you do not need to sound desperate on the phone. Do not come off as desperate. People can hear that. They feel it. They know you're desperate, right? Hey, Mary, it was really good talking to you. I'm looking at my schedule. I see that tomorrow between 2 and 3, I have some time. If you don't mind, I can stop by, do an on-site estimate, but be prepared in your truck, your trailer, your dump truck, whatever it is. Be prepared, back up in the driveway, and be prepared to do the job. All right? I said be prepared more than I should have, right? Whatever. Anyway, hey, Mary, between 2 and 3, is that okay with you? All right, cool. Well, check this out. Once you made an appointment, you need to make sure that 30 minutes prior to you going to Mary's house or to the customer's house, you shoot them a text, right? Hey, Mary, it's Matt with Anchors Away Junk Removal and Hauling. We are on our way to your house, okay? Just to give them a heads up. And if they're a little bit older generation, it's okay just to shoot them a quick phone call. Hey, I'm about 30 minutes away. And you want to time it to where you're a little early. So in the military and as a Marine, 15 minutes early is on time to me. On time is late. That's just the way I've been programmed in my life. But you want to show up early. You want to show up on time, whatever you want to call that, right? You definitely don't want to no-show. You definitely don't want to get to this person's house and they're like, yeah, we have that couch over there. We have a dishwasher. We have a refrigerator. Okay, now I'm gonna give you the price. After you give the price, you shut the hell up. You let them speak and say yes or no, right? And let's say it's a good day. Somebody said, yep, I love your estimate. When can you do it? Well, ma'am, actually, we can get it done for you right now if you'd like. Truck's already backed up in the driveway. Let's go ahead and get that money today, okay? But now it comes to service. What you don't want to do is walk through the house with the muddy boots on. You don't want to be cursing and smell like smoke and you know, just you're in somebody's house. Respect their privacy, respect their home, be polite, save all that other garbage for after you get into the truck and you're like, man, we made that money, man. We hustler. Hey, $100, man. Oh my God, yeah. Like, save all the trash talk for when you're away from the customer's house, okay? Provide the best service you can. Take the extra precaution. Maybe you got to wear those little boot covers. Maybe you put down a matting or a piece of paper. Respect the customer private belongings. Have respect for them in their home. Treat them like it's the first job every time. And this one review might blow your business up, right? So you got to just treat it like that every single time. I try to make sure that I'm very polite. I have a conversation. Hey, Mary, oh my gosh, that's a really nice Jaguar that's sitting in the driveway. You know, have a conversation, make it personal, and make sure that it's not just, I'm coming to take your junk, I'm leaving, you paid me, that's it. You're trying to build relationships for them to call you back. You know, everybody's got that Rolodex in their phone. It's like the junk guy. Oh man, I remember him. He was so nice. He was so polite. He smiled and actually genuinely cared about what I was talking about. And he listened, right? That's what that's the service. And that's gonna, at the end of the job, hey, Mary, hey, I always like to get reviews from my customers. Would you mind giving me a 5-star review? And maybe in the next job or next time you call me back, you know, we'll take 5% off the next job or something. You know, that's just something you got to figure out. But you are going to start building return customers from the moment you pull in the driveway, the moment you pull up, how your appearance is, you know, how you speak, smile. As much as it was a learning curve for me to smile, I felt I felt special, right? For a Marine to go in and smile, like, I could care less about smiling for no reason, but you want to put on a smile, genuinely care about your customers. And for years and years and years, they're going to call you back because they got you in their phone as the junk guy. Hey, I don't remember your name, but I've used you 2 or 3 times, right? So smile and provide good customer service. That would be number 4, right? So get away from bad customer service. And number 5, no marketing system, right? Relying on social media and word of mouth, that's not gonna be enough. Companies fail when they don't invest in themselves, right? So from the get-go, it should be Google My Business, have a website, get your reviews, local SEO, consistent branding, and run your marketing like you are running for mayor of where you're at and where you operate. You want everybody to know, hey, my name's Matt. I'm with Anchors Away Junk Removal in Holland, and we provide these services in a city near you, okay? You should be telling everybody, you know, and wear your hoodies, right? I'm not doing junk removal today, but I'm wearing my hoodie, right? And on the back, I got some graphics with the truck and the phone number. You're always marketing every day. You're marketing, working or not working, you're always marketing, right? You don't get paid to wear Nike. You don't get paid to wear Reebok. You don't get, you know, we are so used to wearing these brands and marketing for these brands when you should be marketing for yourself. Every day you should have business cards, you know, a hat on, a a t-shirt, a hoodie, a jacket, something with your brand. So that way everybody can see it, okay? If people can't find you, you don't exist. Bottom line, right? Because Stone Cold said so. Anyway, I thought I'd throw that in there. It's okay not to laugh. I know I sound a little special too, but I embrace being different and I embrace being special. And that's what makes my company different. So there's your 5 tips on why companies fail and what you can do to help yourself not fail in the beginning. So go out there, be a hauler and a baller, get that money, hustle, be kind. Until the next video, hey, thank you, and subscribe, comment, throw them likes up. I'll see y'all on the next one. Till then, thank you.